Imagine waking up one day and realizing your job, the one you trained years for, the one you built your whole lifestyle around, no longer exists. Not because your company went under, not because you were fired, but because a machine somewhere can now do your job faster, cheaper, and arguably better. That might sound like a doomsday scenario, but it's already happening. Quietly, almost invisibly, jobs are disappearing, roles are shifting, and entire industries are being reshaped, not by recessions or relocations, but by artificial intelligence. But here's the twist in the story. In the space left behind by automation, something new is emerging. It's flexible, unpredictable, and strangely empowering. It's called the gig economy, and AI is supercharging it. Welcome back to Quantum Logic, and in this episode, this is called Gigged Out, how AI is rewriting the rules of work. And whether you're already living that freelance life or clinging tightly to your 9-to-5 job, you'll want to hear what's coming next. But let's rewind for a second. For nearly 100 years, the 9-to-5 job was the gold standard. It came with structure, security, pensions, routines. You got up, you went to work, you came home, repeated it 5 days a week for 4 decades, then you retired. It was linear. It was predictable. It was safe. But now, that model is cracking. Reports from McKinsey estimate that over 375 million workers worldwide may need to change jobs or learn new skills due to automation before the decade is out. That's not a minor adjustment. That's a global transformation of the labor force. And AI is getting too good at too many things too fast. It's writing code, designing logos, editing videos, scanning contracts, diagnosing diseases, and it's only just warming up. But here's the fascinating part. People aren't just being pushed out. Many are walking away on their own terms. Because in the ashes of traditional employment, they're discovering something better. Flexibility, autonomy, a chance to work on their own schedule, their own terms, from wherever they want. And this gig economy isn't just surviving, it's literally exploding. Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer, even TopTal and Deel, they're becoming digital cities of work. Ecosystems where designers, developers, writers, consultants, and creators can get paid for gigs anywhere in the world. But now, AI is taking this one step further. It's not just removing jobs, it's making it easier for individuals to create jobs. AI tools now match freelancers with clients, suggest pricing, optimize portfolios, and even help craft proposals. The entire freelance process is being accelerated. Now, let me paint a picture for you. A few years ago, a freelance copywriter named Noah was struggling to meet deadlines for his handful of clients. He'd spend hours drafting content, tweaking grammar, wrestling with SEO tools. He was burning out fast and literally going nowhere. But fast forward to now, Noah uses ChatGPT to outline ideas. He uses Grammarly to polish tone and clarity. Surfer SEO helps him rank his content. And what used to take him 8 hours now takes 3. And what about the quality? Well, it's better than before. He's now doubled his income without increasing his hours. And he's not alone. All over the world, freelancers are using generative tools to multiply their output. Designers use Midjourney. Video editors use Descript. Social media managers use Notion AI. And it's no longer just about talent. It's about how fluent you are with these tools. But while this all sounds exciting, and it is, let's not romanticize it too quickly, because freedom has a price. In the traditional job model, we had safety nets, things like sick pay, insurance, paid leave, a pension, a predictable paycheck. But in the gig economy, especially the AI-powered kind, those nets are gone. If the platform changes its algorithm, if your rating dips, if the competition rises, you might just disappear from the marketplace overnight. And here's where the tension sets in. AI gives you leverage, but it also raises the bar for everyone else. You're expected to know the latest tools, to respond faster, to produce more. And when everyone has the same AI at their fingertips, differentiation becomes a moving target. You're not just competing with people anymore, you're competing with people and machines. And this raises a question. How do you stay relevant in a world where machines are improving exponentially? Ironically, the answer lies in being more human. What AI still can't replicate, not convincingly anyway, is empathy, emotional intelligence, deep creativity, cultural understanding, grounded in lived experience. An AI might write a great blog post, but it can't draw from heartbreak. It can't improvise a speech at a friend's funeral. It doesn't know what it feels like to lose, to grieve, to even dream. And that emotional edge, well, for us for now at least, it's still ours. Which means the most valuable skills in this new economy aren't necessarily technical. They're relational, they're strategic, and they're primarily human. And that's changing how people think about their career paths. We're starting to see careers not as ladders, but as portfolios. A designer might also run a YouTube channel. A coder might teach on Skillshare. And a marketer might ghostwrite on LinkedIn and build digital products on the side. And this shift from employee to portfolio worker is redefining work as a fluid, evolving identity rather than a fixed role. And AI tools are becoming the infrastructure of that identity. They're the digital assistants, the accelerators, the secret weapons. But all this freedom raises big questions about responsibility. Who protects those workers when platforms collapse or economies shift? What happens to labor laws when work is no longer tied to geography or contracts? And we're now in a strange limbo between traditional labor systems and digital frontier work. One foot in the office, the other in the cloud. And that's where policy must catch up, because people are slipping through the cracks. And this does raise other questions. Should we have digital unions? Freelance protections enforced by smart contracts? AI watchdogs that ensure fair pay and ethical matching? And there's another factor at play. Globalization. AI has literally erased geography. A marketing expert in Nairobi can work with a startup in London. A video editor in Bogota can collaborate with a filmmaker in Los Angeles. Translation tools now allow real-time collaboration across languages. We have platforms like Wise and Payoneer, which also handle cross-border payments in seconds. So we're witnessing the rise of a global location-agnostic workforce. But with that comes new forms of inequality. If a client can hire a designer for a tenth of the cost from halfway around the world, what happens to the local labour markets? What happens to fair wages? Then there's burnout. The hustle never sleeps. The inbox never closes. And when you're always on and the competition is global, the pressure becomes relentless. I mean, at the end of the day, AI can help. But it can also push us toward constant optimization, faster, better, more efficient. And for some, that's thrilling, but for others, that's soul-crushing. So maybe the question isn't just, how do we use AI to work better? Maybe the real question is, how do we use AI to live better? What if we built systems that valued rest as much as output? That rewarded deep thinking over shallow productivity? And that made space for creativity, reflection, even boredom? Maybe the best thing AI can do for us is give us back our time. And that's the paradox of this moment. AI is both a threat and a tool. It can destabilize, but it can also liberate us. It all depends on how we build with it and what we prioritize along the way. Because ultimately, the future of work is not just about jobs. It's about purpose, autonomy, belonging, challenge, and, for me at least, fulfillment. AI can definitely shape that future, but it's really up to us to design it. So if you're listening to this and feeling anxious about where you fit in, you're not alone. But you're also not powerless. This is your call to adapt, to upskill, to experiment, to embrace those tools, and sharpen the parts of yourself that no machine can replicate. You are not obsolete. You are evolving. And this is just the beginning. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Quantum Logic. If you found this valuable, please share it with someone. Or better yet, drop us a comment with how AI is changing your work. And until next time, stay curious, and as always, stay human. Bye for now.